Now, you might have heard about the situation here with Charlie Kirk. Obviously, it's all over the internet, and also it's all over social media, the news coverage, and then also they found the suspect. Obviously, he turned him in after after I think the parents, I think his father, I think it was, convinced him to turn himself in. And this video is gonna be about exposing the liberals that have been celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, not in celebrating his life, but celebrating his death in a way of saying in quote unquote good riddance and all of that. Now, when I was look, let me keep it a buck, big man thing here, fam. When I heard the news, right? Because I don't know who found it first. Either it was me or my little guy. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And it was all over the news, and I was not only was I wasn't fuming or angry, but I was also disappointed. And it just tells you where certain man's mind is in his moment in time. I was just because the thing about it is that I have watched some of Charlie Kirk's videos over the years, and one of the things that I really like about Charlie Kirk here is the fact that of freedom of speech, like the way that it has always been. And the thing about it is that he wasn't in any shape or form trying to be political. He was just trying to bring common sense to the world, because the world that I grew up in grew up with common sense. One of the things that I also love about Charlie Kirk here is the fact that he was a believer of the Lord as well. Big man thing he was. And that is even though that, because obviously there's a little bit of some stuff that I obviously that I don't agree with, but most of the things I do. But just because that you disagree with man doesn't mean that you have the right to take someone's life. Me and the mandem and my little guy and my family and my brothers as well, there are times here we disagree on disagree on certain things, but it doesn't give us the right, man, to go and take someone's life. And then on top of that, somebody have so much hate. And I also heard that this guy, if I'm not mistaken, went on here to, I think, plan the whole thing. Heard that Charlie Kirk here was going to start his is it American comeback tour in Utah. And then that's when he planned it, and then whatever he did, and then attack man. Anyway, I know this is a long long beginning. But for me, I stand on Christ. I stand on the Lord. That's one thing. And another thing here is the fact that how the world is changing. Obviously, for me, things here have, obviously for me, like because I'm so busy here with so many things to the point that I don't even have time, man, to go and watch the news and hear negative things, them way there. And then the way that certain news coverage here are explaining who Charlie Kirk is sickening and disgusting, fam. And then there's a video out there that Charlie Kirk is even he answered a certain question. He asked someone asked him, what do you want to be remembered remembered by, or like how do you want to be remembered? And he said, by his faith, by the Lord, by the Spirit. Some like here, and he run his course, fam. And it's anyways, I don't want to say too much, fam. There's so much to say, but for people, man, to go and celebrate his death the way that they did, and don't even think about his now his wife and his two wonderful young daughters, and them having to knowing, fam, it's a dunya thing, but knowing, especially the two daughters, knowing that their dad won't be returning home again. And then the mum, the wife of Charlie Kirk, who's now a widow, have to explain that one day. So this is what the video here is about. We're going to expose these liberals, because obviously for Charlie Kirk here, he stand on the truth. He stand on the truth. That's what's come across to me. He stand on truth. And it's peak here that the symbol of truths. This is the symbol of truth. Has to be a political thing. And for me, I don't want to deal with all of that. You stand on truth. Like, for example, you go outside and you see a tree growing here from the ground. That is truth right there. You see the sky, the blue sky with clouds, with the sun. That's truth. You see a desert in Africa. You see you see animals. That's truth. You see human beings walking on the earth. That's truth, blood. I mean, not truth, but simple, humanly truth. But if I talk about the Lord, it exceeds that, blood. Things are changing out there, fam. And for me, I'm not going to look at the situation that's out there. I'm going to look away onto the Lord in this big man thing. But first, fam, let's do this. Let's expose these liberals. But before I do, big up each and every time, man, to Charlie Kirk on the way that how he was bold to have those open debates out in the open. And obviously we can talk about security and all of that. Yes, there should have been more security. There could have been bulletproof, but for man to go out the way that he did, and then Ivan, oh blood, it's terrible. RIP Charlie Kirk. Let's do this.
His wife and children were in attendance, dude. Imagine, you know, imagine being a 12-year-old, you know, watching your dad fucking die. Nobody deserves that. Not even Charlie Kirk. Nobody deserves that. I'm sorry that you guys have to see me like this.
Yeah, blood. No, for this one, right? Yeah, obviously, like, yeah, like if somebody, yeah, is crying, you know, like that, and then, you know, because obviously of Charlie Kirk, and then you know, doing those crocodile tears, fam, you know, them way there, yeah, on like on the live stream, and then all of a sudden, right, they behind the scenes, man, they do something, they do some bookery. Then obviously, yeah, it is obviously we ain't gonna buy that, you know, like that. Especially, yeah, when man can actually go, yeah, onto their Discord, and they can easily like just see, yeah, what's going on there, and then all of a sudden, man, like, because to put a poll up there to say something like, oh, you know, do you think like it was deserved, yeah, for Charlie Kirkman to go out the way he did? But can you see the contradiction there, fam? But I watched, not that I watched it, but I saw a few comments on a similar video to that, and there were a few man here was saying that the only reason why that he put that poll there is get rid of the people that were celebrating his celebrating Charlie's death. Now, if this is true, fairs. But what I'm trying to say is this, right? If it's true that he was putting up a performance in front of the camera, you know, having those crocodile tears, and all of a sudden, fam, all of a sudden, behind closed doors, he's laughing and that, then it's peak. It's peak because I remember, yeah, I saw, yeah, a few men, yeah, having this debate, yeah, with him in one of those debate shows. I think he was like, it was something like one man versus 20 woke students, something in those lines, and he was one of them, right? And he was saying that right, like you know, he was in tears, saying, oh yeah, you know, like I knew him, I knew his manager, I knew the people around him, and all of that, you know. I mean, I would have never done that, man, like, even though I disagree with man. Okay, fairs, if this is all true, say less. But if that was a performance, fam, I'm closing the door on that, blood. You know them way there.
Charlie Kirk got shot and killed. How do you feel?
Happy. Goodbye.
Wow. Did you see that Charlie Kirk just got shot and killed?
That's good.
Wow.
Like I said, man, in the beginning of the video, man, like, especially with the mandem, my little guy, my brothers, my parents, and, you know, them, man, especially strangers out there, man, like, I will never have that heart, man, of going, look, obviously, look, let me just say this, man, like, towards us and the Lord, right, the Lord knows our heart 100%. We don't know who we are. The Lord can do something, and all of a sudden, man, we will spiral out of control. And the Lord, the Lord, like, the Lord, he can easily expose us here for who we are, them way there, because the Lord knows everything of us, including the tiny hair of our head. He knows how many hair we got. Them way about from a human standpoint, like I said, man, earlier on in the beginning of the video, I will never ever. This doesn't matter, man, how much we disagree on certain topics, like a hobby or something that happened something happened with Liverpool or Man United, or or the man that I work with with GPA or SGZ into with the Let's Plays there, or the music. I will never ever think and say to myself, or say to somebody that, I wish that person here was dead. And this is how far gone politics has gone. I remember back in the day, me and the man them, we would laugh at politicians because they're doing out of the fact that they don't know what the block cloth they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. These men, they don't know what they're doing. So we used to laugh. Like here in the UK, one of those programs you call Christian Time. And I remember there was this man that used to host it. That's the time I used to watch it. And we used to laugh. Because these politicians, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing, blood. But ever since, like I said, man, because I'm busy, man, I just get on with my life. Ever since, man, like for me, ever since, right, I think the time I saw certain things change, it was when not only did feminism became into a wild thing, but also the Me Too movement. That's when I saw things are just getting spiraled out of control, and now it's leaking throughout society. And I'm big man thing. I wouldn't be surprised if you man say that, oh yeah, this was happening even before that. I wouldn't be surprised. That's the thing. Me, I don't talk about these kind of things here with with the mandem and that, because like politics, man, go on a whole new level when you talk to people, because people have their views and that. And then there is something about politics, fam, that when people are going for debates, fam, and people think that Charlie Kirk, man, he was out there to spread like negative stuff out there, but nah, he was one of those man that wanted freedom of speech, especially how things are happening right here in the UK, right now, how things are changing in the UK. Oh, fam, it's changing by the day. It's changing by the day, blood. Back in the day, I don't want to say who this person is, because this person means a lot to me. But this person said to me that this country, UK, used to be a Christian country. So that is why that you see verses here on the parliament, because of how it was back in the day. The King James version of the Bible came out from that. And now things are changing. It's subtly changing. But me, I don't go to someone and say, oh yeah, I wish death on these man because they, no, nah, fam, no. It's peak. Absolute peak, fam. The reason I'm turning here, right, is because I cannot imagine, man, yeah, how the family must feel right now. Like I said in the beginning of the video, and obviously, the people in the comment section below, you guys, you can let me know, because from what I know, man, there were a lot of people that were at the event when Charlie Kirk did the start of his tour in Utah, and I cannot imagine how people must feel at the moment. The people who were there and saw the actual live, brutal event that happened with Charlie. Right. Yeah, man, it's horrible blood, absolutely horrible.
5 o'clock Eastern. Janet, go to have somebody look at the Fox. Trump just posted that Charlie Kirk is dead.
All right, so is this ready to pull the trigger when you get Trump cut in a second?
What did Trump say?
Yeah,
Around the time when all this speculation was happening, when Charlie was in critical condition at the hospital, right, and at the time I was just I was out and about, doing my responsibility, and I'm just going through a few clips, and I came across this one when the staff at TMZ can be heard cheering when they heard the news about Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And then Trump, obviously you can see by the video that Trump put up a tweet on Twitter, or let's say X, where we like to call it, and and then there are bare man saying that TMZ needs to be cancelled and all of that. And also there was a video that also came out. I think it was, I don't know how long it was, but I saw another video of I think two staff. I think it was one of the main guys, because I think one of the guys, there were two guys that came up. There's one of them that was in the video that was trying to get a hold of the news and what was going on. I don't know his name, but it was a white guy with a grey shirt, and then there was a black guy, and then they were explaining that they're that they're sorry and all of this. Fam, let me just say this, right? We know how we are, as human beings. We know how we are. It's peak. Like the resentment of what people have in their heart just for what someone says and someone does. It's what we can do to other people is horrible. And I'm not just talking about them, I'm talking about even me. Because and then you see these guys cheering, and it's peak. it's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like I said before, doesn't matter, man, like how, because there's a video, I think quite long ago, when Charlie Kirk was questioned about, about the about the LG, LBGQ, where we had to call it. And then I think the person asked him, "Do you hate us?" or something like that. He said, "No, I don't hate you. It's just that I just disagree with your lifestyle." People, I will say this, man. People, man, did not know Charlie's heart. People did not know Charlie's heart, and people may say, "No, I don't want to know Charlie's heart because he's a really bad person." Probably it's because that you are not opening your ears, blood. I'm gonna say it in simple form, simple form. That you guys, man, need to open your ears, because there are bad men out there that are just too emotional. And like me, I don't like to deal with emotional man. Emotional men and women. For real, big man thing. There's a lot of people are just there for the sake of just being there and being emotional, and then and when you state facts, then people get angry and say, "Oh, I wish this guy, he was this and that," and then, I mean, how vile can you be, man, just to cheer that someone that disagree with your views, or you're the opposite of the spectrum, for you to think that, "Oh yeah, I wish the person here was dead." No, big man thing. I'm saying this, man, that nobody knew Charlie's heart. No one knew Charlie's heart, man. And that's why when you get misunderstood, you get these, man, like the staff here of TMZ, cheering as they receive the news. And look, the bosses there, man, said that, "Oh, it was because of it's because of what do you call it? It was because they were cheering because of a capture of somebody in a car chase, and it was bad timing." Fam, you can't make these things up, man. You cannot, because how? I remember watching another video and someone said, "How can you watch that when you know that?" Because I remember around the I think around this time, I think there was another shooting happening in a school somewhere, but the Charlie Kirk situation overrided that news, right? Someone said that, how can you be cheering on a cartridge knowing that a news like Charlie Kirk had been assassinated was around circulating? How could you cheer that? And because like the bosses, man, they may be how to call it, they may be very sincere, and and then they're proper, like apologetic, and that, like, actually this is what really happened. This really happened. But fam, I tell you what, man, when people be put puzzle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 together, fam. And then they realize that something seems off here. And then exactly what I said about how could you watch the racing when the news like that is out? It really begs the question, isn't it? Yeah, but these people, man, if it's true that they were laughing and cheering because Charlie Kirk had passed, oh, fam. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, blood. Oh, my days, fam. Oh, my word.